Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy South Central. We back in the building. Right, so today we're gonna review Jubilee, gay conservatives versus gay liberals. This is an interesting subject. All right, and truly, I have a bone to pick with the gay community, especially when it comes to bothering these kids. I truly believe that gay agenda should stay away from kids. LGBTQ should stay away from kids. Straight, gay, I don't care who you are. All right. I love that they hosting this type of conversation. I hope that they talk about something in that nature. All right. And I'm gonna be totally real on YouTube, bro. Like, I ain't never heard of no gay conservative. Most gay people, either they agree with it as far as teaching kids about being gay and all that other stuff, or if they don't agree with it, they don't say anything about it. Like I said, hopefully they ask some questions about the grooming, about them talking to kids and stuff like that, and how they feel about that, because I'll truly want to hear about the gay conservative. Hopefully we learn something from this. If you love the truth more than the lies, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into this.
The gay community is over-sexualized. Can the agreeers please step forward?
The gay community, because, you know, it's based off of our sexual attraction, it has a very easy time going into a space that's all about sex. To me, being gay is a lot more than who I sleep with, you know? Yeah. It's an experience from when I grew up. The movement used to be about love, but then you go to a pride parade now and you're seeing old men with their genitals out.
I think everybody has a right to like express their sexuality in the ways that they do it. So on those grounds, I'm not like offended by these old people like doing what they're doing. But I do agree with that. I think like one of the biggest challenges when I was coming out to my dad, who's Muslim, it was like my sexuality, being gay, isn't just about my sexual lust for other men. It's more about the spiritual connections, the in-depth things. Like me as a whole complex person, I do think that.
Nah, bro. Like, being gay is literally about you liking the same sex. All right. Especially nowadays, they want you to know that. All right. It needs to be known. Lead with that instead of their name. This is why people pay attention to it more than they supposed to. I truly believe that, especially nowadays, nobody cares if you gay. Nobody cares. Be gay. But if you lead with that, now it's like, what, you wanted me to know you gay for what? Nobody cares. I truly believe that they want you to care. They want you to care. They want to make it a thing. Bro, if you want to be respected as a human being and love who you love, don't lead with that. We don't care. Nobody checking for you. Do your thing and leave that other stuff out when it comes to sex. And yes, they are over sexualized, because it's not about loving who you love no more. Like the other person said, it's not about loving who you love no more. It's about literally an agenda. It's like pushing it upon people. When you force things on people, they tend to be repulsive of it. It's not about being homophobic. It's just like, bro, come on now. Now you've been annoying. When it comes to criticizing the gay people, it's like, oh, you're homophobic. No, dude, sometimes you're just too fucking much. If I led with, hey, I'm black, now my name is South Central. No, bro, like, nobody cares if you're black. Just be a good fucking person, bro. That's all we care about. But when you start with that, you got to expect people to be repulsed by it.
Our experiences and our existence has kind of been trivialized by the over-sexualizations. I don't think it's inherently an evil.
And the over-sexualization is apparent in the apps that we can get. I mean, you can literally have sex on demand, or you could find it in a location wherever you want. Certain businesses are actually keeping doors open because men are having sexual relations in the bathrooms, and that's inappropriate. I mean, we want our privacy too, just like women, and now we can't even have our privacy because a small sect of men ruin it for us.
Yeah, and that was really frustrating too. When I came out the closet, it was like I had this innate pressure, like, oh, I have to download Grindr, I have to be super sexualized, and that's really bad on our youth, because although, I mean, everyone has sex, I get that, but why is it that our community is so hyper-focused on that?
I haven't attended many Pride events because of that reason, and I was able to go to Portugal, and there was this queer retreat, and it was like the first time I felt like safe and secure as a queer person, because it wasn't sexual, and I could have these relationships with queer men, but there's no expectation to be sexual.
Yeah, and we see it at the bars. I mean, it's little go-go.
You go to a gay club, you're getting grabbed.
You are.
You're getting touched.
It's an expectation to be sexual at the clubs. I mean, I avoid them at all costs at this point.
Dang, what?
I don't know too much about that, to be honest. So this is kind of new to me when it comes to what they deal with in everyday life. So it's kind of interesting that they go through that. I'm not saying that doesn't matter, but they kind of built it up as far as the LGBTQ thing. They kind of built it up to be sexualized, especially in society. They want you to accept it. They want you to tolerate it. Although I have my Christian beliefs, I don't care. That's their business. When it comes to forcing it upon people, that's when it gets annoying. That's when people have problems with it. And I think that's, whatever they just brung up, that's between each other. All right. I don't think society has anything to do with what they do between each other, grabbing on each other. I don't know too much about that.
I think it's easy to generalize our community as over-sexualized because we're in it, so we're focused on it. But if you look at the straight community, I think they're doing a lot of what we're doing, especially now with more sexual liberation becoming a thing for them and their community. I also think that we have to remember, we've only been legal, as in decriminalized in our sex for 20 years this year. That's crazy. Every year up until 20 years ago, there's going to be an explosion of people wanting to embrace their sexual liberation. And then
Bro, when it comes to that, nobody cares about you being gay. When you make your life about that and you force it on other people, you're gonna get pushback. Like I said before, not everybody's gonna accept that behavior. Even when it comes to straight people embracing that we're straight, you don't see no straight flags. You don't see none of that shit because we don't care. If you make your business everybody else's business, you put us in your business. It's just that simple. But what I'm getting at is that they complain about people getting involved in being repulsive of it and saying you gay bashing or you homophobic, but they keep putting that pressure on themselves. Bro, be gay. Just leave everybody else alone.
You look at things like the AIDS epidemic in the 80s, that took away so many people and it made us afraid to have sex. So this, in my opinion, is a way for us to overcome stuff, and we definitely need to find a balance.
The basis for making us illegal has always been based on sex. Right. And so being openly sexual in any way at all whatsoever is inherently a protest, inherently subversive. I mean, there are sexual things that happen in public that I'm sometimes uncomfortable with, but that doesn't mean that all the things we see and all the things our friends see represent the majority of experiences. A huge portion of LGBTQ people exist in zero public LGBTQ spaces.
I think you draw the line of, you do this in the comfort of your home and you can show affection in public. I don't know if we need to be indecent in public. I don't know if that would be considered.
How do you define indecent?
I'm in a 20-year relationship, a 20-year monogamous relationship with my husband. And I say husband even though we're not married, but we're not groping each other in public. We can peck, we joke around. When we walk into a room, they know we're together because we give. Yes, absolutely. We show extra affection at home in the privacy of our home or in the privacy of friends' homes because we feel comfortable in that.
And so basically, he's being respectful to the public, bro. That's all you're doing. You don't have to be over expressive just because you gay and you feel like, 20 years ago, you weren't even around to see that shit. So what's your purpose of doing that? I'm talking about the guy all the way to the left. The dude wearing the blue half-cut jean jacket. Bro, you weren't even around to see that. So you using excuses to be repulsive. Stop doing that shit. Even when it comes to heterosexual relationships. Nobody wants to see that shit, bro.
What that though is your specific preference for public affection. There are a million rom-coms out there with heterosexual people, and a funny thing seen in that movie is straight people having sex in some public space.
Correct.
I
still don't think that's appropriate.
I don't necessarily do either.
I'm
just saying we're talking about personal preferences.
I know, but I think a lot of times in this, and I don't disagree with what you guys said, but a lot of times what I'll hear is the straight people do this, and I always grew up saying I clean my house before I tell somebody else to clean theirs. I am not straight. Right. Therefore, if straight people are doing something wrong and gay people are doing something wrong, I'm going to address the gay people that are doing something wrong.
Right, because it seemed like a battle, all right? If they doing some immoral shit, I want to be immoral too. Bro, it's still not acceptable, all right? It's like gay people think that it's a battle between straight and gay. Straight people not worried about you like that, bro. Unless, like I said, unless you forcing us to worry about it, then we gonna say something about that shit. Calm down.
So we'll be addressing the people who have been setting the stage for all of us to follow suit with. We live in a heteronormative culture. Everything that we see is based off of the way that they exist.
The whole idea of over-sexualization and things like that, I think the danger in it is that for so long it's been weaponized against us. So we're always kind of under this magnifying glass of can I hold hands? Can I kiss this person?
Wait, so somebody kissing in public, that's heterosexual. You think that's against you? You taking that personal? I literally think that's a personal problem. It's not an attack on gay people. That doesn't exist. Unless you create in your mind that it's an attack on gay people. I'm seeing too many heterosexual people kiss. Where's the people that's gay? Bro, Come on now. We're not worried about you like that.
And then, you know, I don't think we necessarily have to like mimic quote unquote bad behavior simply because that was what was served to us.
Pride is still necessary.
Yeah, I think Pride's necessary, but we need a PR revamp. Yeah, I think we need a rebrand. I take a lot of issues with what I see at Pride parades now, just because, you know, as we've discussed previously, I think that it's a little bit over-sexualized. We're celebrating essentially sex rather than love. And we have people running around riding bikes with their balls out in front of kids. And for me,
Where are you seeing this?
Yeah,
what
I'm
prides
curious
are you
about that
going
too.
to?
New York City and Seattle, both of those had naked people walking the streets.
Walking
San
on
Francisco,
bikes.
one of them was
Bro, oh my God. See, it's always extra like walking or bro. Well, was it intentional or it doesn't matter? Dude's fucking riding the bike with his balls out. If that's a heterosexual male, it's still a problem. It should not be happening that way. And to me, when it comes to this question, is pride still necessary? I don't believe it's necessary. I don't believe it's necessary. You gay, be gay. Who cares? Society has been open. Society is way more open to it than what it used to be. And I believe that's a good argument. You say it wasn't like this. Okay, fine. I respect that it wasn't like this at first. Now you got all the freedom. It's just like slavery. You can't use that same excuse. You good now. Why are you still complaining? Pride is no longer needed. Be gay. Be happy that you're gay. We don't give a fuck. Like I said, heterosexual people don't give a fuck. We don't care.
a bike. I saw the video of him on a bike. I didn't want to.
I
see
would
it,
never
but I
have my
did.
balls out on a bike. That sounds
Yeah,
dangerous.
well, no, me either.
That's
Right.
dangerous.
Me either, but
it
it's the fact that it is allowed because we have this shield of it's pride, don't mess with gay people because of our history, which is granted. But people are afraid to look at our culture and say that's not acceptable because if straight people were walking around doing that, it would be a totally different discussion.
I don't think that's the majority of the issue, though. I mean, the reality is that being visible, period, is vital.
Absolutely.
We can be
none of
visible
us
without
will.
being-
Bro, why do you want to be seen so bad? You're gonna be visible to the people that like you, and that's a regular. It's heterosexuals too. If a person don't like you, you invisible. It's that simple, bro. But if you say, hey, I'm here, bro, you causing more problems than needed. If you want to be left alone and love who you love, that's just for anybody, heterosexual, gay. If you want to be left alone and love who you love, the worst thing you could do is put attention upon yourself, because once you do that, you are open for criticism. You are open for people to be in your business because you allow them to be in your business. You wanted that. Every woke group, they always try to pick their fights based on what it used to be. It's no longer like that. So why are you still fighting to be seen? You seen, you good, bro. You good wherever nobody cares. And I truly believe that you want people to care. You want us to care. When you do that, like I said, you gotta understand that you're gonna reach some problems. But it's your fucking fault. It's not the world's fault. It's your fault.
Yeah, none of us will be alive to see the day when heterosexual people and homosexual people have equal agency in what's allowed and what's not allowed in the public space.
Me personally, I actually is very necessary. I love it. I wouldn't say pride parades. I feel like you guys are leaning towards like the parades itself. Pride is like liberation, you know.
Proud of who you are and loving
Yes,
yourself,
and
accepting yourself.
Yeah, accepting yourself and having the people around you in your circle really accept you. It really tells the future generation, like, not only is it okay, but look how far we've come. Yeah. At 2011, you know, the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy was abolished. I'm in the military, and had that not been abolished, I would not be able to be, you know, a minority, be openly gay, and still be able to serve.
God, bro. The reason they said don't ask, don't tell, because your sexuality should not fucking matter. Could you do the goddamn job? I don't give a fuck what you do, bro. If you gay or not, could you do the goddamn job? It should not be, none of this should be, your sexuality should not be talked about, because when it comes to war, do you think I give a F about your sexuality when I need you to watch my sex, bro? Overcomplicating shit. Black Lives Matter, LGBT is other shit. Feminism, y'all overcomplicating shit. It was to protect your sexuality because it doesn't matter. We want to see you for who you are. But once you put that wall up, that's all I see now. Because you focusing on this shit. It's like a black person coming up to me, hey bro, I'm black. Bro, get the fuck out of my face with that, bro.
country.
Yeah, and I want to just say thank you for your service before I move on. And that's a prime example of the pride that I would love to attend, is someone who highlights service members, gay CEOs, people who are successful, who are contributing to society. Celebrate who you are.
It has to dictate your life. You gotta let everybody know around you that you're gay. Bro, you're an American. Just be a fucking American, bro. Just like black people. Oh, I'm pro-black. I'm blackity black. Oh, first black woman. Who gives a shit? You're an American, bro. And once you start that, now people start focusing on that. Oh, here this woke shit go again. Nobody cares. What type of person are you? That's the bottom line. What type of person are you?
Love who you are, but the pride is no longer about being overly promiscuous because we're not allowed to. We don't need to overcorrect to the point that we start to get backlash. We need to correct our PR.
But I still think we're looking at a small group of the people that are at Pride.
But the small groups, they speak the loudest.
No, but they don't always. You said you saw 2 people naked. Like from
no,
those
2 separate instances of groups of people who were naked with their butts out.
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
Around the world.
The problem is what made them think that that was okay to do that shit. Regular people know, like I keep saying regular. Heterosexual people know that that's unacceptable. What made this gay person on a gay pride situation let his ball fly normal? What made him do that? I honestly believe that these people know that they're insulated from criticism. They're insulated from, you can't say nothing about that because they gay. And I think that's totally wrong. You're not above America, bro. You're not above America. That's when they fly them gay flags all over and all. You're not above America. That's the problem with these gay folks. You think that your experience, I would say black people too, you think that your experience in America overrides everybody else's experiences. Everybody experienced something in life, bro. You are not special. You're not special. If you think you above America, get the fuck out, bro. To me, it's a terrorist organization. Y'all trying to tear down what's already here. You got what you wanted to be accepted. You got that. What's the problem other than that? Now you're doing too much, and you asking for too much.